Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about an interesting topic. Do you need to feel uh, do you need to feel obliged to raid in Guild Wars 2 in order to be considered as a good player per se? Now you're gonna say, why am I asking this question? Well, I've been playing Guild Wars 2 for like 6 months, but I've been playing, like many MMOs, including World of Warcraft for like 17, 16 years, Final Fantasy, ESO Online, and many other MMOs. And there's this trend. There is this funny trend that when you play an MMO, it's kind of like a second habit that people likes to rush in order to get to the top and get the best gear, get the best skill, get the best everything in order to be the best, and I understand that because I used to be like that, by the way. But in Guild Wars 2, do you need to feel like do you need to feel like you should do hardcore content in order to be considered as a good player or a great player? And before I give you my answer, I'll tell you this. Since I played Guild Wars 2, I've did pretty much everything. I did, strikes, fractals, I did raids. I did World v World. I did meta, open world. I'm still have a lot to learn. By the way, I'm not like the best of the best. I did, but I still have a lot to learn. I did dungeons, and I'm having fun. I'm doing special events like SAB, Super Adventure Thingy, box. I'm doing everything, and to be honest with you, I also did Winter's Day. That was one of my favorite events. To be honest with you, I cannot wait for the next Winter's Day, and I cannot wait for Halloween, the Halloween events. Those are my two favorite events of the year. So I'm gonna make sure I have a lot of fun when that comes. But what I'm trying to say is that also just to let you know, I'm an ex-raid leader. I'm an X-Raid leader, RBG leader. I'm also a guild leader. I used to be a guild leader of like 4,000 people, and I know what it is to always, to try to do hardcore content. Specifically raiding. But the thing is, the answer to this is very simple. Just do what you like. Just do what you love doing. And it could be something as simple as gathering. If you like gathering, like I love gathering, by the way. And I'll be honest with you, I think I prefer gathering than to do anything else. Why? I don't know, because I think it's relaxing, it's fun. And many people, many hardcore players will say that what you're doing is like the most boring feature that you can ever do in Guild Wars 2, which is kind of relatively true. It is boring for many because if you're the type of person who likes to raid, who likes to do something fast paced, you like to strategize, try to get the best loot, the best gear and everything. When you come down to gathering, you may say, this is so boring gathering. I know, right? But like I said, in order to have fun, in order to be, it's not even about being a good player. It's about be yourself. When you play a video game, nobody's paying you. Nobody's paying you to play. Nobody's giving you money to log in Guild Wars 2. You log in at your own free will, meaning you have the free will to do whatever you want. Am I right or wrong? So if you freely decide to play, you are free to decide how you want to play the game. So if anybody tells you, oh, you should do hardcore raiding because that's the real end game, or if somebody says, no, 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 you have to do world v world, that's the real hardcore raiding, and then somebody says, no, 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 you need to do tier 4 fractals, that is the real hardcore rating. And then somebody else is going to say something else like fashion war or whatever. There's always going to be somebody else who's going to tell you you have to play this way in order to be considered a good or great player in Guild Wars 2. Let me tell you something coming from a 30 years video game player, 16 years RBG leader, raid leader, and PvP fanatic and someone who has been leading in his entire life, let me give you the right answer. Do what you want. Do what you want and don't let anyone tell you that you need to do something they like in order to be a good player. If somebody forces you to do something you don't like, just ignore them. Even better, block them. Because these people, they don't understand something that most common leaders always understand when it comes to different point of view or different people, different personalities. It's called empathy. You know what empathy means, guys? It means that I understand that you're different, and I understand you have different taste. So what is best for me doesn't necessarily mean it's best for you. But see, in order to understand what I just said, you need a certain level of leadership skill, and that leadership skill, I'll be honest with you, there's maybe 1 out of 1,000 people that may understand what I just said. So if you're one of those who understand what I just said, then you are one of the 1,000, 1 out of 1,000, which is amazing. Because in order for you to be a good leader, you need to be able to put yourself in everybody's shoes. So when you say, oh, because you're not doing hardcore rating, therefore you're not a great player, it means you don't have a leadership. You don't have the leadership skill, most important skill, which is empathy. Do I make any sense, guys? Let me say that again one more time. If you don't understand, if you cannot put yourself on somebody else's shoes, in somebody else's shoes, it means you don't have a leadership skill, the most important leadership skill, which is empathy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, not just Guild Wars 2, but any MMORPG, a lot of them, and there's going to be tons of them. You got to be careful because they're going to try to make you feel like you're not good, or you're not a great player, or what you're doing is boring. Let ignore them. Like I said from the start, you freely decide to play this game, therefore you freely decide how you want to play this game. Do I make any sense? Because if you understand that and you just ignore the others who may not understand that, then you're gonna have a great time playing this game. And this is something I've noticed since I've been playing this game. You're gonna get a lot of different opinions, which is okay. I don't mind that you have a different point of view or different opinions. What I do mind is when you try to enforce your ideas, or your way of playing into my gameplay. When you're trying to force it to my gameplay, that I may not appreciate it too much. Because if you know that I don't like spaghetti, why are you giving me spaghetti? If you know I don't like Justin Bieber, no, scrap that. If you know I don't, if you know I don't like Janet Jackson, sorry, scrap that. If you know I don't like Metallica, if you know I don't like Metallica, why do you show me Metallica music? Why do you want me to listen to Metallica music? Does it make any sense? Do I make any sense, guys? Because what I'm saying, for some reason, you know, it's so common sense and elementary that I don't understand how is it that one person doesn't understand that. It's kind of, you know what I mean? But again, this was kind of a rhetorical statement. Let me scrap that again. You know what, guys? Everybody's different, so you're gonna have a lot of people who may want to make you feel like you're nothing just because you're doing something that is not as not which is not what they're doing. Some people like World v World, which is fine. But if you don't do World v World like they do, therefore you're not a great player. If you have that mentality, then you're not a leader. You're not a leader. You cannot be a leader. All right? You cannot be a leader. I will never follow you. And if one day you become a commander, I will not follow you, because you do not understand the fact the most common attributes for any leaders on this planet is empathy, is to put yourself in everybody else's shoes. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to share this with you guys because I know some of you may feel like, oh, just because I'm not part of of a rating group or a World v World group or ranked arenas, just because I'm not doing hardcore content, therefore maybe I'm not a great player. That is not true. A great player doesn't come from doing hardcore content. A great player is someone who can actually enjoy what they're doing without letting somebody else telling them otherwise. And if you understand that and you help other people understanding what I'm just saying, then you are a great to me you have this leadership skill which is called empathy, which means you could be a leader. You know what I'm saying? So if what I said makes sense, and if you guys like what I just said, let me know by subscribing and commenting and sharing and liking. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright, guys, thanks for listening. Cheers.